areas, in the same village. This is where you call a country, and this is the country you say is alive. There is hope. Continue to get hope. There's hope. Don't protect yourself. Continue. And Rufai is saying, "Oh, there is hope." Continue to have hope. Continue. We're here. As for us, we are gone. We are gone. We are only waiting for the right time for us to be whom we are supposed to be. That is all we're waiting for. We are not part of this madness that they are displaying. We can never be part of it. We are gone, and we are gone for good. Let us listen to this last one before we round up on the program. Mad people everywhere. That is how they push their propagandas and their lies, lying from both sides of their mouth. People that will never speak the truth. You can never hear. They have more the truth. Truth is far from them.
What's your take on this? What is really the difference between Boko Haram and bandits now in Nigeria? We see bandits, kidnapping Nigerians, sacking villages, and taking people into the bush to demand ransom. We also see Boko Haram coming to the market to shop in and in the same vein, pack people along. It's no different. If it's just because we are just using different semantics and names here in Nigeria, these people are terrorists. Let's just add that name. It's just because Nigeria government has given Gumi so much notice for him to now begin to be the one that is dictating for the government on what to do. It's so unfortunate. There are people like Kanu as Sheikh or whatever clearly in Israel when they had that attack, October 7th attack. They never paid, the government never listened. They never paid them that opportunity to now begin to dictate for them. Last time we said when in Nigeria be having a relationship with America to assist to fight insecurity instead of Turkey. We now saw that Nigeria government backed themselves to Turkey for Jamboree and said, no, they want to meet Turkish government. I mean, who gave me that? Who is giving me this opportunity? Is it just because that this man does not really know what we are going through? I traveled last week. When I got home, I had a opportunity to visit my farm. We were like, if you see what I saw in my town, there are no new farms. People don't go out this year to go and cultivate their fields. People cannot move to the farm. I didn't see a new farm grow. In one of my area that when at least farm period, between the hour of 9 till like 2 o'clock, we see new farm, people in the farm. Nobody, I was alone. I had to run back immediately. I don't want to come and be stranded because I know everybody here cannot raise 10 million naira for me or 20 million. Do you understand? That is to tell you that I think the way is playing down on what Nigerians are going through. And I was asking my people that work for me, I said, people didn't do fine. They said that we don't come back again. I said, how do you not feed these 220 million Nigerians by this time when 7 years going to be having a new produce coming out? But somebody is not coming to tell Nigeria that even the repentant one that is so-called repentant, did you not see video of the one that even with the military uniform and the rifle was even, he went back to meet his colleagues in the bush? This way that Nigerian armed forces will plan operations and most of the operations become ambushed and Nigerian government use their soldiers because of this ambush. When do you think is responsible for this? Isn't it this repentant, this so-called repentant, dressed in the name of repentant, use Nigerians' money to now give them assurance, give them good homes and give them good life. And the detriment of those in sack in their respective room, who are languishing in IDP camp, and those that are in the grave. I think it is high time that this government now know that we need postulations and the result trusses is enough. This is the time Nigeria should, is it beyond the law that we can become for questioning? I don't know why the government that came in is still placating everything he says. And they are dancing into his truth, especially that talking make mention of which Nigerian government now packed themselves to. It's so shameful that he does not even recognize the magnitude of what Nigerians are going through. By this time next year, we talk about these people that are moving to the bush, Emirs, Palace, being sacked, and the police station and all that. Do you know what is going on here? By this time now, all that time, the Emir is the head of that time. People that time would have left that time. Where are they going? You know what it means for you to leave your ancestral home, where your means of survival is, you left it, you are wondering. We don't even know when the next day will come again. And those in the IDP camp, look at the splendid life they are living in IDP camp. I think Nigerians have to remind President Tinubu's government that even though former President Buhari looked at the other side for his brother Kanu, this government has to do the next thing. It's a lot of thing. We can continue in this one.
Prince Francis, one would think that with American governments in Nigeria providing intelligence and all of that, we should have a reduction in some of these crimes that we see. At least the military should have intelligence and know where they would strike next. Be it bandits, be it terrorists, be it insurgents, be it Boko Haram, whichever one. There should be intelligence. Now, we are not privy to the intelligence that the military might have gotten. But local said, look, that they saw the signs. The bandits in the forest, the increasing number of the bandits pointed to signs that, look, something was about to happen. The locals did say. And then we flagged it. They made some complaints, but nobody came to their rescue. How do we... Let's talk about intelligence now and reaction to intelligence that is being provided. Is it deliberate that certain individuals, authorities that should, like the police and the military, that should carry out, that should execute when intelligence is given to them, are lackadaisical about it? Do you think that's deliberate? Or is it that they're not certain of the intelligence that is being provided?
Let's start from the root cause of it, which I've always said is lack of political will to do the right thing. That's one. And two, for the fact that we lack in Nigeria what I call community. We lack it. And I have given you a solution on how to embrace community policing while we're talking about state police. Let us start from what we know to the one we do. We have a federal police system. And I've said several that you need to start from the basic. And what is that basic? For you to get the kind of intel you want, for you to get the kind of information you want, begin to make the commissioners of police to be from the state that they are from. Take somebody from Imo State, make him a commissioner of police in Imo State, and you will see the results that will come out. I recall, like I keep saying, our problem in this country is the problem of history. We don't believe in history. We don't embrace history. We just go like people that have no culture. So that Derusi, if I recall, was once the agent of police. That's something that Derusi set up the mobile police, isn't it? Now, go and vote. You'll find out that when Sunday Derusi was commissioner of police, if a crime is committed within the division, he holds the division officer responsible and gives them an ultimatum to produce the criminals. And it worked. Two, these are policemen. Because before you talk about the military, ordinarily the police is meant to provide intel first, because they are more closer to the people. These policemen that are meant to provide intel for you, how well are they represented? How well do you take care of them?
Okay, let's devote a little to community policing that you mentioned. I didn't want to interrupt you at that point. I wanted you to land on your first. Talking about community policing, let me say which way belong, and then I'll go to what I want. Sunday Adeyemo, more popularly known as Sunday Igbo, has initiated the introduction of a group, Provoke, which translates to the tail of a tiger, or tiger lion. But basically, a paramilitary group to comb the forest and deal with those hiding in there, insurgents and the rest of them. And he says they're waiting for government approval. Now, if we have the government approval who's e-reckoning. And then we have, what's the other one now? Amateku. They are all ending. Amateku. And then
Forest guards.
and then we have the forest guards, and then we, would that be enough
Okay.
to help?
It's not about, see, for me, I would say that Nigeria, whether we like it or not, is becoming a country where non-state actors are becoming more powerful than the state. And you will not continue to empower non-state actors. If Sunday Igbo has 50,000 workforce, what is wrong in incorporating them under Amatu?
I think the language is different.
Control. No. You see, what we need is a political will. Let us not create more monsters as we move on. Okay? And I'm saying this from the experience we've had. In the South, you see Asari Dokubo telling you, somebody, maybe he knows what he's saying or he doesn't understand what he's saying. But somebody has told you that he has his own militia. Now, in the Southwest, you want to create your own. And you hand it over to an individual. In the Southeast, when they created the Rubago, we saw what came out of it. That people are still complaining and people are still crying. This is not the kind of community policing we're talking about.
Let's forget the Yala.
So this is not kind of community policing we're talking about. We're talking about community policing that is controlled.
But exactly. I like the fact that you brought control back one.
That is controlled. And that is why
I want to ask you, please. Sorry, I want to ask you. You talked about making the state commissioner of police of every state come from that state.
Yes.
Now, in that scenario, when will the commissioner of police report to the governor or to the inspector general of police? Because that seems to be the bane of the problem.
Control. Who controls? When you have a commissioner of police for the state, you must get. You must see the problem they're having here is authority.
Control.
You must have, because of the peculiar nature of Nigeria today, you must have dual reporting.
And it will work.
It will work. It will work.
Okay, so you report to the governor, and the governor says, do this. You report to the IGP, IGP says, no, don't. What will you do?
See, where we have a problem is the fact that the IG sees himself as a chemical.
So when the Police Act makes him a demigod as a
We
member.
need to remove that chemical.
Okay, so now you have brought us back to the issue of state police and who controls the state police.
When you have a state police now, I'm not talking about state police, I'm talking about the federal police. And I'm saying that let us start from the federal police to see the tone of what the state police will look like.
Using community.
Simple. Yes, because if we are saying I am the commissioner of police from Imo State and I'm an Imo State person, it's a indigenous. I know the terrain, I understand the language, I understand the culture, like we're doing the
Let me create a scenario. Now, a bandit was arrested in some parts of Oyo State. They took him to the divisional police headquarters. In the evening, in the morning, when they went back, orders had come from above for that man to be released.
Yeah, and he was released.
Now, this is where it starts. The commissioner of police in that state, if you arrest a high-flight criminal, you do not take him to a divisional, you take him straight to commissioner's office. Because every commissioner's office has a detention facility.
And the IGP says, let that man go. What will you do?
Let it now become that the IG is saying it.
That is what happens every day.
Let it be that the IG is saying it. So the IG will not take responsibility. Because how are you sure that it is not a politician that has called the DPO to release that person? I'm not coming from the IG. situation, the IG that was that person with, they also pass the same information down to the governor. We must have a reporting system. There must have a synergy between the IG and the governors. Because this idea of the governors always claiming that they are two security officers by mouth, not by action, we need to eradicate it. In
2012 or 13, the Igbo massacre in Enugu State. The people got information that they were to be attacked. They reported to the governor, reported to the police. The governor would tell the police to go there. The police didn't go there. Eventually, when the attack happened, they got back to the governor. The governor called the state commissioner of police. The state commissioner of police said, let me get in touch with the IGP. The IGP and the president, who are there, kept him online for like 4 or 5 hours without getting back to him. At that point, the state commissioner of police couldn't do anything.
Okay.
And so, by the time the governor, was embarrassed and frustrated, he backed out. And so, after the massacre, the state police had to go there to arrest natives that had mobilized around it happened.
This is also a country where the president gave directives to the military to move, gave instruction to the IGP to move to was it in Peru then? Where there was a massacre
In Benue.
Benue. You know
Were there consequences?
that is, so the problem is that political will means that there must be punishment for disobedience. The problem is that people don't get punished in this country when they do the wrong thing.
All right, let's talk about what this incident will do to the psychology of those that reside around there, where their leader, traditional leaders, palace was, invaded and touched. What impact will that have on the psychology of people?
Completely down, Moses. I was just telling you, we are just discussing it in the studio here. If it is something that we have a reporter on ground that will file in this story for us live, we have seen the mayhem that we have been going that is going on in such community. But people will start moving. And where are they going to? Wherever they are going to, they don't have a job here, they don't have business here, they don't have a farm. So they are going now to go and start relying on already impoverished Nigerians that cannot even make out a living on their own. This is this displacement. This displacement has gone around all over Nigeria. And this displacement is what we are talking about now. That this is part of where we are saying that it must not continue. It must not continue because what is going on at the psychological depression those people are going through now can never be quantified. Because if the area that the soul will come to, probably that now is somewhere else, he has ground, then we do not think of the subject. So I don't even think that that village will be the best sub village now. I don't think. From the fact that the area is gone, these people are coming back again. And we are seeing it. That they come back and do more damage than the one that we are even analyzing. So everybody, if you were aiming for some place, by now you even know about the area because you're going to live. And where are you telling them to live?
Elvis, what I want, sorry I had to cut you in there, but the elections are barely 7 months away. And it appears, I know, if you look at the trajectory, it appears as though this insurgency and all of this will only get worse as the months go by. Do you see this election even happening? I mean, the general election, which seems to be the focus of the politicians. Do you see it even happening? Taking place in certain parts of, I know you're not a lawyer, do you see it even happening?
The government of the day must make the election to happen. If the election is not happening, Nigeria in 2014 to 2015, it was worse. It was like this. When they started calling Jonathan names, in that getting clueless and all of that, he should resign. Jonathan did it. And make sure that before the 2015 general election, there was no local government in Nigeria that the election did not take place. That same magic, Jonathan, turn around there. Tinubu should go and consult him because this is the time Nigeria will faith.
They should not begin to call 1 million, 110 million and tell you that this bill that people can hold people that displaced their respective homes that they voted even when they did not vote. So nobody should capitalize on using their PVCs because of what they are going through now to now manipulate the result of the 2027 general election. Therefore, whatever magic former President Jonathan did in 2015 must be done by this administration to make sure that these people vote and vote their choice. Because I know people who have been abandoned by this to this extent, who have been traumatized by to this extent, they will not vote this government. And this government must not behind harvest their PVC illegally and not say they voted for them. Let these people have the help to go back to their ancestral home and vote judiciously and vote their choice as expected. And let's see whether there is actually going to be a change that will rescue to Nigeria going forward from 2027.
All right, let's go to Emeka Ubani. Now, the police have reacted. We understand that a police station was also attacked and they were repelled. That's the information that we're getting, that they were repelled. And the police command spokesperson, Adetoru Ejire described the attack as cowardly. Said, yes, they repelled the attackers when they attacked the police station, but as they were running, as they were, trying to escape, they grabbed 10 people, and, those are the people that they took along with them. Now, the locals also reported that these bandits came with sophisticated weapons. How do you weigh the statements coming from the spokesperson of the police, Ejire Adeto, that the attackers, as they were, backing off, to 10 people with them? Does that sound realistic to you? And what better way can we equip our police to fight such attackers when they come? There's two questions in one.
Okay, thank you very much. About our government is reform. We are talking about security now. What we want the government to impact, and that is the first electoral process. The government imagines through an electoral process and what the president will do. I imagine through the reform process and not any reform in any of the sectors. Be security, be judicial. So look at what we are having today. That's why it's so we are. Can you our person are doing their best. It is what we have. But the government is when you can't blame that because they are not to lose from the election process. The election is coming up. The president putting governors recruitment. So when the security agency during elections, when you imagine for them to do something different from the security. But some of the things you see happening to like they see the process of election because the security are also involved. Like the Nigerian government, we have one of the state police that is recorded. The election that was conducted, some of them went and destabilized and the young man that was reading that was announced. So that tells you that in the hands of the government, they are not interested in reforming the electoral system. So when you don't reform the electoral system, how can you reform the judicial? So people that you don't get in up to the last 10 in the security us. Because you are not they cannot become the sector. There's nothing anybody can do. Then the issue. What we are doing now is just cosmetic process. What we can do is just cosmetic. And because of the people in the national assembly not affected, the people in the location are not affected. If you go to the national assembly, you look at the other program, you will see the wicked is within the power. Until maybe 10 months of the national assembly member, you will see without the government program, but who are affected? So every day they power, then they will do that. Just numbers people. So we are not making effort. We are not making. We are just about reduce that by 9%. So if that is gotten right, you can't get one anything extraordinary. You just medical you will contact visit jobs, the concern will be and the airport like
we're running out of time. But let us get quick reactions to this story. The federal government of Nigeria has deployed military troops to Benin Republic to, help protect democracy in that country. This comes after the one in April when there was a coup. So now that there is a transition of government, Nigeria is helping its neighbor to ensure that there is a peaceful transition in Benin Republic. Gentlemen, you're talking about
this is the height of democracy. This is it.
Some people would say that if we allow there to be chaos in our countries, it will
Are we at peace? So you think what is happening in Nigeria is a chance here? It shows you that. That's why they say, remove the splinter in your eyes before you begin to look for the wood in another person's oil.
So you consider this misplaced?
It is completely showing that this government has no source of direction. This is the most brilliant government. No people are dying daily. No people are being slaughtered by terrorists. You are not been able to curb it. You are going to protect another nation. Who does that? Who are the advisors of this president? What kind of advice are they giving the president? It simply shows you that if this government do not care about Nigeria.
I was saying statements issued by the army spokesperson Apollonia Anile said that the government was carried out on the directive of President Bola Tinubu as part of Nigeria's commitment to regional peace and democratic stability.
Yeah,
how do you react?
We saw the one that we did in South Africa. The payback. We saw the one that when we accommodated Ghana, or we say Ghana, we are seeing payback. You see, when you have your own sickness and you don't regard it as sickness, you are seeing another person's sickness, the person that is sick. That's why the problem is. We don't regard what. We're not talking of police station attack. We're talking of military bases here in Nigeria being attacked. And we're talking about the recruitment of Nigerians into the army, that we have even the personnel are not enough. We don't have much good on ground. But we are still not having the ones that are saying, go and protect another country because we are very comfortable here. I think where we should be praying that God should actually make Nigeria to become comfortable. So I will have the strength to do this big program all over the world, not even Africa. I think this is a spirit of pride. We should be talking about how we even praise our brother and be able to think of securing Nigerians as expected. They are talking about having a spillover of Nigeria armed forces that is not even enough to protect this country to another country. Do they think they actually enjoy it? Do they know what happens? You just let them don't go with their security comfort and drive from Lagos to Benin or drive from Abuja to Kanu without their security comfort. They let them feel what you and I is facing before they cannot begin to talk of deploying soldiers to the government. Probably they'll move to Mali and other places.
All right. Professor Bali, in 1 minute, please, your reaction to this. 1 minute.
Please, I didn't get that right.
Okay, we're just talking about deployment of Nigerian military to protect the peaceful transition of government in the Republic. And we've had the analyst in the studio react, so just getting your reaction in 1 minute as we wrap up.
Of course, that's it. Charity must begin at home. God, we are not really. We are really feeling aware. I think it's just politics. We need to pay the politics. I understand that. But in Nigeria, it doesn't. We are going out to make sure when we are done the day. So, really out of order and take our.
All right, then. Well, I wonder how Nigerians in Benue State, in Plateau State, in Kwara, I wonder how these Nigerians will feel hearing that Nigerian government sent troops to ensure peaceful transition of government in Benin Republic. While back home, we are being chased out of their ancestral lands and chased into IDP camps and the rest. Farmers cannot even go to farm. I did say when he visited his own farm, his farmers were sitting back at home. The Nigerians are looking for food to eat. We're importing apples. Oh well. Elections are around the corner. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Emeka Ubani.
You have heard them. These are what we always show you here is the decay of the zoological republic. So when we say that Nigeria is gone, you will understand that we are not just saying it out of anger or we're saying it out of hatred. It is a fact. And that is why I go to their media